If you feel like the life that you're living right now is not the life that you've been destined for, you might need something that can truly change your life. And I'm not coming to you today with just an idea of how to change your life, but how thousands of people before you have used real estate and getting a real estate license and becoming a real estate professional, which could lead to so many other things, by the way, as well, but using this path to truly change their lives. And we're going to be covering the top 5 reasons of why real estate can be so life-changing. Let's go right to reason number 1, which is unlimited income potential. What that means is you can make as much money as you can produce in terms of transactions, which is only limited by your own imposed limitations, really. That's the only thing that can limit you. So if you can be unlimited, real estate can be unlimited for you. And that might mean you building a real estate team, something bigger than yourselves. And that's where you really start to tap into even bigger earning power and being able to do even bigger things. And all of these other life-changing things that come along with it can come so much more. Money is ultimately just the best way to keep track and keep score of this. Whether that's in terms of the actual commissions you're earning or just your overall transactions and then that average commission it is that you're earning. But because you're an independent contractor, because you can earn on, say, a $500,000 home at 3%, that's a $15,000 gross commission for just a 3% commission. If you represent both sides of the deal, now that 3% could be 6%, where you have 3% for each side of the deal. Working with the buyer and the seller, that's allowed in Florida under the transaction broker relationship. You learn about that in the pre-licensing course to get your real estate license. So this unlimited income potential is what can really unlock whatever that may look like for you, whether it's cars, houses, trips, education for your family, healthcare for your family, being able to afford healthier foods and healthier options and healthier everything. It all costs more money. And so when you have a vehicle for earning money that has unlimited potential, when costs rise, I mean, yeah, that's going to be annoying, but annoying rather than life-changing. Because, you know, if you've got to change what you're purchasing because costs have gone up, costs are making you change your life and not for the better. But if you take control, if you take charge, and by doing so, by getting, standing up, getting off the bus, going into the car dealership and getting yourself a car. The idea of it, you're just going where that bus has predetermined stops. With a car, you could go anywhere. You could literally go anywhere. Just as much as you got to fill it up or charge it up, whatever you got to do to make it go, you could go pretty much anywhere. You could drive it onto a boat and ride that boat to somewhere else. So you could literally take that car anywhere in the world, theoretically. You could send that car into outer space. Somebody's done that before. So many things it is that you could go if you're in the right vehicle. And so the job you're in right now might be like just a seat on the bus, especially if this is a big company. It might be just a seat on the train. And the thing is, the train is even more set in its ways because it has to follow on the railroad. Whereas a bus, at least, somebody else could take over the bus or it could have a different route or something could change. But if you truly want to be in control, you've either got to be the bus driver somehow, some way, work your way up to the top. The ultimate corporate success story, started from the bottom, made it to CEO. That can happen. But also at the same time, what is the likelihood that that will happen? What is the timeline for that to happen? And then once you get there, is it really what you wanted in the first place? And so real estate, you could get into real estate and get a real estate license and put yourself into that vehicle that ultimately allows you to go so much further, to do so much more, to earn so much more. You getting that real estate license puts you in that position to where if you want to close 20 deals, it's just a question of how. Not if you're allowed, not if management will approve, not if you have to do these other things and you got to get that approved by HR and legal and blah, 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 all these other things. This is your business. And yes, there'll be a brokerage that you start out with until you go get your own broker license. You have to have 2 years of experience under a broker. So you will have a system. You will have a platform. You will have a something to stand on to help you build that business. And there's a course called post licensing that you want to take as soon as you get your real estate license, because that course will help you better decide what is going to be the right brokerage for you. We've got an amazing event coming up on January 4th, the Florida Real Estate Career Fair. You can find out about that at floridarealestatecareerfair.com. And the Florida Real Estate Career Fair, you could really see the reality of these opportunities that I'm talking about. Not just from me talking to them as a middleman, but you could go directly to the recruiters at different organizations that will be at this career fair on January 4th. So get registered for that. It's free right now. We have limited free registration at floridarealestatecareerfair.com. Name, email, and phone number. Get registered, and we'll see you on January 4th. But back to the list. So number 1, unlimited income potential. And like I said, I could stress that so much more by coming to the event so you could actually meet the actual brokerages and recruiters and team leaders that you could potentially be working with that are interested in hiring you. There's so many brokers that are actively recruiting new agents. It's really your choice of where it is that you want to hang your license, with just a few exceptions. So to find out more about that, again, January 4th, floridarealestatecareerfair.com, get yourself registered. Now, number two is ultimately something that goes hand in hand with the unlimited income potential, because it's hard to earn as much money as possible if you can't enjoy it. And number 2 on the list is flexibility and work-life balance. Now, flexibility can mean a lot of different things. It could allow you to be a part-time agent, and you could even structure it to where you're only even working part-time and you have your needs met. Maybe you want to spend your time fishing, on the golf course, riding your bike, out in nature, playing video games, I don't know. Whatever it is that you want to do that's maybe not selling real estate, that's up to you. So if you don't want a lot out of real estate, you don't have to ask a lot out of real estate. But if you want to build a multi-million-dollar real estate brand, you could take it that far. You could get your own TV show. We literally have multiple students that have gone on to even get their own TV shows. So wherever you want to fall on that spectrum, from just a super part-time agent to the full-time all-in real estate professional, you have the flexibility to decide that at your will, at your whim, on your schedule. Not just picking when it is that you want to work during the day, during the week, but also choosing, do you want to do this full-time, or do you want to just do this part-time while you focus on other things? That's up to you. And you don't have to decide this now. You don't have to decide this tomorrow. You don't have to decide this permanently ever. You could change this again at your will. So if you get a great job opportunity, a promotion opportunity, one of the things that could happen to you is if you walk away from the company that you're associated with right now to go get your real estate license and pursue real estate, they might come back for you saying, hey, we really need you back. We're going to double your salary. We're going to triple your salary. We're going to quadruple your salary because we miss you that much. We know you've been doing good in real estate, so we want to quadruple your salary because we need you that bad here. Can that happen? Maybe. Will it happen? I don't know. But it could. Or you could end up enjoying real estate so much that even if they say they'll quadruple your salary, you could say, you know what? I like what I'm doing too much now. I'm actually out fishing. I'm actually on the golf course. Got a showing later, but I have time to get a couple holes in. Whatever the life is that you want to build out of real estate, you can, because it allows for that ultimate work-life balance. Now, number 3 on the list is Florida's real estate market. So Florida is a crazy, wild place as it relates to real estate. There's so many opportunities out in the real estate market right now in Florida specifically, just because there's 1,000 people a day that are moving here. And that creates a lot of opportunity. And you might say, well, what about the people that are moving out? Yes, absolutely. Them too. They need a real estate license. And you might say, well, what about the people that aren't moving in or out of Florida, but they're maybe upsizing or downsizing or moving to a different neighborhood or moving closer to the water? Yes, 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 and yes, they all need representation. Not legally. You actually don't need a real estate professional to buy or sell real estate on your own. But what you'll find is most people are incapable of doing it on their own. Now, especially as you get your real estate license, as you take the 500-page course textbook here that can be completed in 1 week, so don't let this intimidate you, but it's a lot of information in here. And then you go take post-licensing, and that's another textbook. And then 2 years later, you might decide that you want to get your broker license. And during all this time, you're doing multiple transactions, working with all the best vendors, and you make this look so easy. And when that happens, you might think, wow, am I really worth all this money that I'm making for what I do here? This is so simple and so easy. But that doesn't start from day one. You don't start on day one with just having the perfect business built all around you, laid out exactly as you desire, exactly how you want that business to be run. You have to build it. And you have to have the license first. You have to take the course to get the license and pass the state exam to get the license so you could legally build one of these real estate businesses. But doing so unlocks so much potential because there's literally opportunity flowing in every single day. There's all kinds of movers and shakers in Florida. So people want to be here. People do want to leave here. But a lot more people want to stay here. And when they stay here, that doesn't mean they stay put where they are. They move around. And especially with interest rates dropping, people that have been kind of sitting there and kind of like, we'll kind of wait out the market a little bit. That activity you're starting to see trickle back in. So we're starting to get an even faster real estate market moving in. And the real estate market ebbs and flows. So during your real estate career, especially if you have a long real estate career, you'll see many markets, booming markets and slow markets and everything in between. And the thing is, it's the change in the markets that really weeds out the true professionals from the amateurs. Now, this is going to be where if you're doing this part-time, if you don't have high expectations out of real estate, that's great. But this is where doing this part-time, you want to stay current and stay up to date on what's happening in the real estate industry so you could adjust your business accordingly. And you always want to remain coachable, trainable, adaptable. So if you have anybody tuning in today that's been in real estate for many years, leave it in the chat, leave it in the comments. Let us know how long you've been doing real estate, because that shows that you're watching this video here that may even be watched by people that are brand new, haven't even considered real estate before. And so that shows, again, your level of willing to be coachable and really going back to the drawing board of what a real estate career can be. Because it's easy to get caught up on everything that ends up happening around you. And sometimes you just need to go take a step back and do a little bit of a reset and really get back to why you got into this business, how you could restructure it, how you could run it more efficiently, how you could build bigger, how you could take a step back if you're looking to kind of be semi-retired. And look, at any age, you could decide to retire from your real estate business from a temporary basis or permanent basis. But it doesn't have to ever be permanent. As long as you do the continuing education to keep up your license, which is a 30-question open book exam every 2 years, as long as you do that, you could keep your license and decide whether you want to use it or not, whether you want to activate it or not, whether you do want to join the realtors or not. But as long as you maintain those continuing educations, you don't do anything illegal, they can't take that real estate license from you, even if they make it significantly more difficult to earn that real estate license in the future. So don't wait another 5 years to decide if you do want to stay in this career that you're in. Get the real estate license now and then keep up on it. So in 5 years, if you still want to do what you're doing, sure, you've got the real estate license, which could provide you personal benefits as well for buying and selling your own homes. Whether that's your personal residence or you're doing this as an investor. There's significant advantages beyond just knowing the laws and the rules, which are very valuable in and of itself. But beyond that, having the actual license to where you now can earn compensation for your own sales. So you don't have to pay an outside realtor. You could be the realtor. You could act as the real estate professional. You could be the one that ultimately earns the commission. You're going to buy a home. If there's already a pre-negotiated commission to be paid to the buyer's agent, you could collect that commission. So there's boundless opportunities that are out there, especially in Florida's real estate market. Now, number 4 is really what I would say is something that really can fuel you to keep going beyond just yourself. Because, you look at some of these top producers that are earning over 100,000, over 200,000, over 500,000, over $1 million a year in gross commission, and you wonder, why do they keep doing it? Why do they keep doing more? Is it just because they want so much more money? And when you're actually good at this, it's hard not to want to do it more. Because number one, if you're good at it, you're probably going to be enjoying it. Because when you're good at something, those two usually go hand in hand. And if you're not really enjoying it, maybe we just need to make some adjustments, maybe just some slight changes to understand what it is that you're not enjoying and how you could enjoy that better. Remember, you're your own boss. This is the most flexible flexible career business opportunity out there. So you could design it how you see fit. And that's why so many people, regardless of what you want out of real estate, can find success in real estate through designing it as they see fit. But helping people buy their first home, so many new agents, that's where they gravitate to, is first-time home buyers, which can be a little bit more challenging because they've never done this before. So it's a little bit more difficult. But the reason why so many new agents gravitate to them are because they do want to help. And when you could provide information, when you could provide access to opportunities to your home buyers, to loan programs, to payment assistance programs, to all kinds of things that are designed to help get people into home ownership, to help get them building equity, these are all things that could be extremely rewarding. Maybe you're working with somebody who's got to get out from under this house. That whether it's the payments, whether it's the maintenance, whatever the thing may be about the property that people need to sell. It could be that they maybe already have closed on their new home. They've already moved in, and their last agent trying to sell their home didn't do a great job, didn't give it the attention it deserved, wasn't really too focused on it, and it never got sold. And so you could come in and save the day. And that experience, especially when it goes flawlessly. Now, don't expect your transactions to always go flawlessly. There's always little things that pop up here. But in the grand scheme of things, in comparison-wise, there's some transactions that could go really smoothly. And when they go really smoothly like that, it's great. It's great for you because it makes your job easier. It's great for your clients because it makes their lives easier, because they don't have to worry about problems about the biggest purchase or sale of their lifetime. And so that experience of being able to help people move up into a bigger home, move into a property that's closer to work, that has less of a commute, that's in a better school district, that could be life-changing for these buyers, sellers, investors, whoever it may be, as much as real estate is life-changing for you. So those ripple effects it is that you could provide, and the referral opportunities that could come back to you because of providing that experience, that's what can really fuel this beyond any level that you even imagined that you could achieve. And so number 5, the 5th and final reason why real estate can be life-changing is the ability to be your own boss. So like I said, if there's something you don't like about your real estate business, you could change it, all the way down to the broker you're even associated with. So yes, you choose a broker when you get started, but what if it turns out you don't like that broker? You could pack your bags and go. Change to whatever broker it is that you want to. And when you do that, it is a little bit more of kind of, starting from scratch because you're rebranding that, hey, I'm with this company, but agents literally do it all the time. So don't stress it too much. It can absolutely be planned for and accomplished. But if you're saying, John, how do I make sure that I join the right brokerage from the start? And there's truly no way to be 100% sure, but the next best thing to really be sure that you're making the right decision for your future, for your business, is to have a solid business plan. And it doesn't have to be some college level, essay level crazy thing like that you're trying to impress some venture capitalist with. Absolutely not. Just something simple of I want to close this many deals so I earn this much commission. I need to talk to this many people and have this many appointments a week to be able to earn this much money. And you adjust those numbers accordingly based on how you operate your business and how you're able to move people through that process. You keep track of all of that, and now you're able to build a predictable money-making machine. But if something about that machine is causing discomfort with you, you could change that. You don't have to operate your business that way. Sure, yes, you're going to have some transactions that are a little bit more difficult than others. You're going to have some unforeseen circumstances that could pop up every now and then that you have to accommodate for, but you could minimize that as much as possible by having a well-oiled machine of a real estate business. And having that well-oiled machine of a real estate business really allows you to do this a lot more stress-free. To be able to go take this remote and go on a trip, to go hang out at the beaches, or, go on the other side of the world. There's one agent that I know that every year he kind of gives me some feedback on where he's at in his business, how he's been doing, and it always impresses me because not only is he putting up these numbers of multiple hundreds of thousands of dollars a year, he's doing it also while traveling all over the world. Every time I see him on social media, if he's not posting him at a showing, he's off in some foreign country that's like a 12-hour flight away. If that's the lifestyle that you want to build, real estate can create that opportunity for you. It's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to be day one, the moment you get your real estate license, but aligning yourself in the right vehicle, number one, the right opportunity of being able to earn unlimited income potential with your own schedule in a booming market like Florida, being able to do something that's extremely rewarding. You're not trying to, take advantage of people over the phone with some telemarketing scheme here to sell them something they don't want or need or won't use. You're literally selling them the thing that they're going to use more than anything. To sleep in, to eat in, to work in, to store their cars in, to raise their families in, to make a business out of. There's so many things that real estate checks those boxes. So it's an extremely important thing to so many people. It's something that people don't want to do on their own because they're worried they might make a mistake. They want to have a qualified professional with a level head that could help them negotiate. They can help them locate the right property. They can help connect them to the right vendors, from title companies to lenders to appraisers, attorneys, inspectors, and everything that they might need. So you're not on your own at this at all. It's very much a team environment. You're like the CEO of not just your own business, but of every individual transaction. So you pull all these pieces together, you help the transaction go through, you guide people through the different vendors they might have to talk to, the title company, the lender, the inspector, and so on. And this process, the more you could streamline it, the more you could process it out, the easier, again, that'll get for you, the more predictable it'll be for your clients, and the more predictable it'll also be for your business and your income. So if you want to learn more about building that ideal real estate career, number one, you got to get enrolled in the course to get your real estate license. Because if you don't have a license, you can't use any of this information. And without using any of this information, you can't profit off of it. So take that next step, take the action, get enrolled in our video on demand program 24/7, anytime, day or night, 24/7, 365, and you can complete this in literally days. We've had people complete this course. Just go through, knock out. It's about 60 hours of content plus a 3-hour end of course exam, 100 questions, multiple choice. You need to get a 70%. And we also have live versions of this class as well. So if you have any questions about that, reach out to our advisors at 813-333-2676. Again, that's 813-333-2676. Or you could also find so much information at tampaschoolofrealestate.com. That's tampaschoolofrealestate.com. That's about all the time we've got for today. So thank you all for tuning in with us. Take that next step. Get your pre-licensing done. Get your exam done. Get your post-licensing done. And take control of your future. Any way we can help you out with that, again, 813-333-2676, or visit us online at tampaschoolofrealestate.com. Have a fantastic weekend, and I'll see you next Wednesday for Ask the Instructor.
The most powerful tool to study for your real estate exam is the Question Simulator from Tampa School of Real Estate. We've used our years of experience in preparing students for the Florida real estate exam to bring you the most powerful exam study tool available. In the Question Simulator, you'll be able to go directly to a particular unit so you can focus on the sections where you need the most practice. We have also included the percentages of each unit so you know which units are the most important for your real estate exam. Every question will immediately give you detailed feedback, which is almost always more important than the question or the answer themselves. After completing all the questions in a particular unit, you can go through question by question and review any that you've gotten wrong. You could also print out a report at the end of each quiz. The Question Simulator from Tampa School of Real Estate is 100% mobile compatible, so you can practice with test questions anywhere you have your phone with you. Enroll now at questionsimulator.com and get ready to pass your exam.
Thinking about getting your Florida real estate license? Look, the process is probably easier than you think. We break it down step by step, how much it's going to cost, what it is that you need to do to get your Florida real estate license. Find out all of that and more at licensefl.com. Again, that's licensefl.com.